Police say the younger of the two suspects in the Tacloban school shooting had played a violent video game called GoreBox. The House prosecution team for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial asks for more time for pre-trial proceedings. The Philippines criticizes the Chinese embassy for social media posts that denigrate the 2016 arbitral award on the South China Sea. Ateneo Blue Eagles player Divine Adili's body is sent home to Nigeria 2 weeks after he and teammate Rene Baterbonia drowned during team building. And British Prime Minister Keir Starmer announces he will resign just 2 years since taking the post. The Eastern Visayas Police says the younger of the two suspects in Monday's school shooting in Tacloban City played a video game called GoreBox before the incident. Both are students at San Jose National High School, one 15 years old and the other 14. They allegedly opened fire and killed 3 other students and injured at least 11 more on Monday, June 22. Region 8 Police Director Brigadier General Jason Capoy calls GoreBox a shooting game and describes it as quite violent. Capoy adds the 14-year-old suspect had experienced firing at a shooting range. The police investigation found the 9mm pistol used by the 14-year-old suspect was owned by his aunt, who is a policewoman. She is now under restrictive custody and may face administrative charges. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has ordered a thorough investigation. Several groups and lawmakers are calling for safer schools and a comprehensive probe into the incident. These groups include Save the Children Philippines, the Alliance of Concerned Teachers, and the Akbayan Party. Senator Win Gatchalian and Mamamayang Liberal Representative Laila De Lima joined calls for measures to prevent gun violence at schools. The House prosecution team for Vice President Sara Duterte's impeachment trial is asking for more time for pre-trial proceedings. The team says it worries the proceedings won't be finished by the current deadline on Thursday, June 25. That's because thousands of documents have yet to be marked during the closed-door proceedings.
So, alam namin na Friday and Saturday walang pasok ang Senado, pero because of these voluminous documents, kinukonsider na rin namin na pati yung Friday tsaka Saturday, kung papayagan tayo, na magamit na rin.
Lead prosecutor Congresswoman Jinky Luistro says the prosecution panel has proposed putting a single marking on common exhibits to expedite the process. But Duterte's defense team rejects this.
Even if it's supposedly the same document, kulang ng isang page yung sa prosecution. Sa amin, meron kami ng page na yun. So, importante rin nun talaga, no, na para sa amin, mamarkahan namin yung sarili naming dokumento.
The full trial proper is expected to begin on July 6. The Department of Foreign Affairs criticizes the Chinese embassy in Manila for its social media posts that belittle the 2016 arbitral ruling on the South China Sea. China claims Bajo de Masinloc or Scarborough Shoal as its territory. It lies around 120 nautical miles off Zambales province, well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. The DFA says it categorically rejects the assertions the Chinese embassy made about the 2016 arbitral award, which China rejects. It says, quote, "The award is final and binding and has become an unassailable part of the corpus of international law, providing legal clarity regarding maritime rights and entitlements in the South China Sea. It is not and will never be illegal, null, and void." The ruling declared China's sweeping claim over the South China Sea invalid, its island-building activities destructive to the environment, and its harassment of Philippine ships unlawful. It also affirmed the Philippines' 200 nautical mile exclusive economic zone in the South China Sea. This is essentially what Manila calls the West Philippine Sea. China has refused to accept the decision even if it is a signatory to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, the basis of the award. The remains of Divine Adili are heading home to Nigeria, 2 weeks since he and teammate Rene Baterbonia died during the Ateneo Blue Eagles team building in Dipakulaw, Aurora. Fellow Ateneo players and Nigerian athletes Prince Eze and Solomon Okereke are among those who sent Adili off. Ateneo spokesperson Father R.B. Hizan says the university is shouldering the entire cost of the repatriation. This includes efforts to bring members of the Adili family to the Philippines and back to Nigeria, but Hizan says Adili's father had difficulties coming to the country. Meantime, Filipinos from around the country and abroad sent flowers for Baterbonia to his wake in Tacloban, Agusan del Sur. Several personalities have come to pay their respects, including actress Sofia Andres and PBA players Scotty Thompson and Nards Pinto. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer announces he will resign, setting the stage for the United Kingdom to have its 7th leader in a decade. Starmer's resignation comes less than 2 years after he secured a landslide election victory, a result that had raised hopes of bringing stability to British politics. He says it had become clear that members of his party wanted a change in leadership, noting nominations for anyone to replace him would open on July 9. His rival Andy Burnham is the clear frontrunner. The threat to Starmer increased sharply on Friday when Burnham decisively won a parliamentary election to return to Westminster. The victory boosts Burnham's standing as a potential successor. It also fuels hopes among Labour lawmakers that the veteran politician could revive the party's fortunes amid declining support and record-low approval ratings for Starmer. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gutinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the wRap.